How to set default permissions for auto-mounted FAT drives in Ubuntu 9.10. I've got many FAT32 drives that I'd like to mount in Ubuntu such that they have permission mode 700 for directories and 600 for all other files. By default, they have 755 for all files, which is not particularly useful since almost no non-directories should be executable, and it screws up version control repos hosted on the drives. Back in the day, I would have had the drives listed in /etc/stab with the /mask I want, and there was no such thing as a default. These days, drives auto-mount under their volume names. Which is great, except now I have no idea how to set the default. I have tried changing the conf key with no apparently effect. It was 077 initially, but the mounted drive reflected a default of 022. Changing it and reinserting the drives resulted in the files still having permission bits of 755.
Have you really tried the old etc. FSTAB method? It works for me. Ubuntu uses FSTAB, no matter of the hell auto-mounter.
Updated. Unfortunately, there is no built-in means to do this. The right way, the supported way, is setting an etc. FSTAB line with the default mount options you want. This means your defaults must be set per device, though you can use the partition label or UUID to avoid requiring a specific device path. In particular, this method seems to take place before the PolicyKit desktop authorization. The Ubuntu forums, Launchpad and GNOME's Bugzilla have many posts from users looking for the same functionality you're looking for, on both NTFS and FAT32. Ubuntu 9.10 and 10.04 provide the default auto-mounting via a combination of DeviceKit disks, GVFS, and Nautilus. DeviceKit disks provides a file system mount interface whose options argument appears to be the proper way to configure your mount options. But GVFS Nautilus does not appear to provide any means, via the UI or a configuration file, to specify this option when auto-mounting a USB key. There are a couple of workarounds. This Launchpad bug contains a user-provided patch that alters the DeviceKit disks defaults in a custom-built DeviceKit disks package. On the plus side, this may be the easiest way to set your preferred defaults for all devices. The disadvantage is that you'll need to repatch again when the package is updated. One Ubuntu forums post proposes a device-specific workaround script. This is also suboptimal, since you'd have to keep this updated with specific devices. But it does avoid the authorization problem that the supported FSTAB solution can have.
Here's my FSTAB line for getting my USB stick to mount with permissions suitable for a private SSH key, for mask equals 177. Trial and error informed me I had to add the user option to get auto-mount to work. I also had to create the mount point, which was previously automatic. The disk UUID can be found by plugging in the disk and running, which will allow you to get the mount point, device, UUID mapping.
I did some bash scripting and came out with this improved version of the workaround script that is posted above. It finds every device is connected by USB, hopefully all pen drives, which are already mounted, and remounts them using mount_options. In my case, let them use ISO 8859-1 charset for compatibility with other limited OSes.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.